We have this live picture here. This is that scene on Galindo Street that we were just telling you about a few minutes ago. The second explosion today in the city of Austin. We see a large police presence out there, and that big white truck that you see near the top left-hand side of the screen, I'm almost certain that would be the bomb squad truck. It looks very similar to the one that was out on that other scene early this morning. To get you updated on this, Austin Travis County EMS was the first one to report to us, at least, about this latest explosion that happened. This is also in East Austin. The one this morning was in East Austin as well. This on Galindo Street, which is near Montopolis in 183. We know that a woman in her 70s, roughly, has been taken to Del Seaton Medical Center. This one first reported at just after noon today. So we're now about 30 minutes into this event here. We see police have blocked off this road. There was an ambulance there as well. Police appear to be working very quickly with a lot of intent here. And this morning, in a situation that was eerily similar to this, our photographer Todd Bailey was on the scene of that first explosion this morning. He had set up his camera, and then police, he said, came to him very urgently, telling him that he needed to move back, that they had found another device. Presumably, they are searching this area here, trying to make sure that there is nothing dangerous that has been left behind. And what we saw this morning, too, what they did is they created a perimeter, and they evacuated everybody out of there. They brought in Capital Metro buses to get the people in their homes out of that neighborhood. Obviously, that is their first priority at this point, is preventing any more injuries, loss of life, and try to limit any sort of damage that possibly could happen. So, to recap for you, this string of events that now spans 10 days, because it was 10 days ago that a man in Northeast Austin was killed when a package was delivered to his home that exploded. And at the time, police said that they thought this was an isolated incident. They didn't know if this person had been targeted or if perhaps they had made the explosive device themselves and had accidentally gone off. Then this morning, the incident happened just before 7 o'clock, where that teenager was killed and a woman in her 40s, his mother, was very seriously injured. And the police said, well, now, you know what? We need to look at the similarities between this. Both of those incidents happened at roughly the same time of day, just about 7 o'clock in the morning, or at least a little bit before 7 o'clock in the morning. And then they had a news conference later this in the morning where Interim Police Chief Brian Manley said, look, we are doing whatever we can. We're trying to figure this out, trying to see if there is any connection. He pointed out that in both of the cases this morning and the one 10 days ago, the victims are African American. They said they're going to look into whether this is a hate crime. And then this incident happened today, just now within the past 30 minutes or so. And you can imagine police are now really trying to figure out what, if any, connection there may be in this. I believe you guys said we have something on the computer to show here. Okay, here is a tweet from Police Chief Brian Manley, and he has now reiterated this a couple times. If you get a package delivered at your home that you were not expecting, or even if it looks suspicious, they are telling people, do not open these packages. They want you to call 911 right away. And I know that can seem like maybe you're overreacting a bit, but we have now seen two of these happen today. Now, it's worth noting that we don't know a lot of the circumstances of this second incident that happened just now about 30 minutes ago. We don't know if there was a package. All we know is that there was some sort of explosion, and you see, if we can go back to that live picture, guys, a very intense police response to that. The bomb squad has been, what we see there on that left, I believe that big white truck you see on the left is the bomb squad truck. They carry a lot of heavy equipment in there. And then to the right of that, if you see what appears to be like a big RV or something, I'm not sure if we can zoom in closer on that, but that looks like it could be one of these sort of mobile command centers that police will set up in a situation like this. But it's tough to tell completely at this point. We can tell also that this street is blocked off. I don't know if you guys can, or if our photographer out there can hear us, or if you guys can talk with them to find out what street this is we're looking at. I know that the incident was reported on Galindo Street, which is near Montopolis and 183 in East Austin. But in a situation like this, it's obviously expected the police will not just block off that one street, but they will block off many streets around, trying to keep people away from this situation until they can at least figure out, is there another threat out there right now? What we have not seen so far on this scene, as I mentioned earlier, these CAP Metro buses that they used this morning to try to evacuate people out of the area. Because in a lot of these situations, when something like this first happens, the biggest danger is confusion of just not knowing exactly where the dangers might be, who might be affected, and if anybody else might be affected. Now,